Hello, how are you? I hope you're having a good Saturday. I tell you, I had a good week. It's been a busy week, but most importantly, I've really enjoyed being here to talk to you guys about my why. I've been going through this diabetes stuff for a long time, and I've told people different parts of this story. At different bits and pieces, really. But I've never just sat down and kind of talked about the whole thing. And so it's been kind of fun telling you guys about, what our life is like and what we've been through and why I think this is important, why I want to help people, and why I think we need to stop accepting the diabetes status quo. So today is basically going to be the culmination of the whole week, and we're going to talk about the reason why I pushed out and decided to get this business going. So yesterday, just to piggyback, we talked about when I learned that my aunt had type 2 diabetes, and her version, her type of type 2 was very similar to my son's type 1 because she was insulin dependent, meaning she had to take shots to cover the food she was eating because her pancreas was no longer producing enough insulin to help her naturally. And she was also supposed to take check her blood sugar levels regularly throughout the day, something she also did not do. And so me finding out about her not doing so well, and me finding out about that she wasn't doing well because she didn't want to do well. She wasn't doing well because she had never been truly equipped with the tools she needed to succeed in diabetes. So for those of you who haven't yet watched yesterday's video, I'll just give you a short recap that my aunt had been diagnosed with diabetes for at least over 25 years ago. She's had it for a really long time. And the problem with that is when you go through having diabetes for a really long time and you were still doing all the things you've always done, you begin to believe that you're okay, that it's okay to keep doing things that you've been doing. Yeah, your doctor is telling you need to change your diet and stop eating this stuff and go get exercise. Oh, lose weight. Your doctor's telling you all that and you know it. You believe it to be true, but you just find it difficult to do what you need to do. And for her, family members gave her a lot of flack. Don't you know how to manage your diabetes? Shouldn't you already know how to do that? Shouldn't you be doing that better than you're doing it right now? Should you be eating that? That's all we ever heard. That's all I ever heard people say to her. I never heard anybody say, wow, it must be really hard having diabetes. You're pretty strong. I never heard anybody say, man, it takes a lot of investment, a lot of involvement to manage this diabetes thing. You're pretty brave. Man, you're doing a lot of hard work just trying to eat well, even if you're not eating the best. You're doing a lot of hard work just trying to get those units in and take those pills and get that those finger sticks taken. That is a lot. Wow, you are amazing. I never heard anybody say anything like that to her. I never heard anybody say, I get it that you hear a lot of negativity, and I know that can be pretty lonely at times when you are always around people who don't have what you have, who are not going through what you're going through, and they don't get it. I'm really sorry that you have to go through that, but I want you to know I'm here for you. I'm here to support you, whatever you need, whatever I can do. I never heard anybody tell her that. So after I found out about her situation, that her situation matched our situation, and that she didn't know what she needed to know to just make some changes to bring her A1C down, to stop being on this revolving door to the ER, where they know your name. We don't want it to be like Cheers. Go to the place where everybody knows your name and it's the ER. You don't want to be on a first name basis with those people. That is not the business. And she was. And Then when she would get there, they're like, oh, here comes Carol, and here she is. You know how she is. She won't do right. She won't want to do well. She just want to eat what she wants to eat. Here she goes. These are your doctors. These are your nurses who are supposed to be here to support you, to help you, educate your family. But they have their nose turned up and looking at you crazy too. Because they think you just don't want to do right. Did they ever stop to ask what you know about how to manage your blood sugar aside from pills, insulin, and finger sticks? There is an entire strategy that goes into managing this thing better that a bunch of people don't know. Now, again, we're not going to overgeneralize and say everybody and all these people, nobody knows. There are a lot of diabetics who are kicking butt and doing well and have for a long time. But the thing about it is the longer you have diabetes, the more chances you have of eventually hitting burnout, being busted and disgusted and tired of freaking diabetes. The longer you have diabetes, the better your chances are that eventually you're going to have a time where you're just tired of finger sticks. Tired of sticking with the needle. I'm tired of popping these pills. I'm tired of paying for this stuff, let alone doing all this stuff. And you're just going to be over it. And at some point, you'll rebel and you'll stop doing the things you need to do. You stop testing your blood sugar. Ooh, I feel high. Let me go check. Your meter saying high, HI, no number. Wrong. Ooh, I'm so sick of these shots. I'm just not going to take these shots. I'm going to eat right. You tell yourself you're going to eat right. You don't do it. Hey, I see somebody's on there. I wish I could tell you hi. I can't see your name, but thank you for jumping on with me. I really appreciate you for taking time out of your Saturday. But, we tell ourselves that, I'm tired of this insulin. I'm not going to take it. I'm doing the best I can do. I'm not doing it anymore. This is too much. But you keep eating what you've been eating. You didn't change your diet. You're not out walking, trying to balance off or burn off anything that you're eating, and we just start what I call sliding down the pole into the black hole of diabetes, where depression can be, where sickness can be, where all kinds of just not good stuff is. And I don't want anybody in there longer than they have to be. The whole purpose of this business is to be a place of support for people who have diabetes, because I've seen it firsthand how unsupportive relatives can be. I know a lady who is an adult type 1 diabetic, and she's had it for many years, and sometimes she goes into the ER. Her blood sugar goes low. She goes into the ER. Her family gives her flack because they're like, why? What did you do now? Why aren't you doing this better? You shouldn't even be in the hospital. If you would just do what you're supposed to do, then this wouldn't have happened. Now, mind you, she's over here doing the best she can, doing the best she knows how to do. But nobody asked her any questions about anything. They just assumed that she didn't do the right thing. This is not serving us. This is not going to help our people. This is not going to help these people find the energy and strength that they need to truly do better and be better. They need a place where they can come, talk about how they feel, talk about what's not working, and we just have a conversation. Okay, so, you know what? I'm back to my bad habit. Oh, really? What? What's your bad habit? I got plenty. What's yours? Well, I like to drink soda in my favorite glass, full of ice, as I sit on my bed and watch my show before I go to sleep. And I really like that. And I did notice that, in the mornings when I wake up, my blood sugar is high, but it's just my routine. It's just what I do. And, I think this could be a problem, but I don't really know how to fix it. Okay. This is what we do. This is what we come here for. It's called a conversation. And I say, hey, it's no problem. First of all, it's great that you were able to connect. 1, you were courageous enough to tell the truth. 2, you admitted it to yourself. And 3, you told somebody else. So that, to me, is tremendous. And it means you're ready to take the steps to change things and start saving your life. And we just go into different strategies that might help this person to minimize this behavior, because this is a process. If you literally just sit right now and think about all your habits, all the things you like to do, especially the people who are not diabetic, all the things we eat between the 8 and 11 o'clock hour, I have a feeling they didn't grow out of the ground. Let's just say that. They came out of some kind of box, out of some kind of factory, out of some kind of machine, and were processed, and were not the best choices for us. But there's no judgment, because we've lived a life. We've created habits. We are who we are. And it's going to take time to reverse things. But what I'm all about is the baby step. One of the problems that I don't like with the medical field right now is they want to tell you, okay, you have diabetes, go change your diet. Start eating more vegetables. Stop eating sugar. Stop eating pasta. Go change your whole life. People are not going to do that. We've tried it. Some people, you always have that 1-2% who knock it out the park. Most people are not in that 1-2%. So with that said, what happens to the rest of us? We need baby steps. That's what we need. We need to not go from diabetes all the way over to get your life right. We need to go from, okay, you have this diagnosis. Now, what are the worst things that you do in your meal planning, in your eating life, in your whatever? What are the worst things you do? And let's work through that list. Start with one. Start with one. That's all we're going to do. Start with one. When I say baby steps, I mean like infant, like 1 week old baby steps. We go slow. Because one thing I know is it's better for us to start slow and do something than to do nothing at all. And that's just the truth. So my whole purpose of starting this is to support diabetics and to support their family members, because if the diabetic themselves, the person who's living with diabetes, does not know these tools and tips and tricks, it is likely the family doesn't either. And I know the family members are saying what they're saying out of love. They love you. They do not want to see you hurt. They do not want to see you dead. They do not want to see anything negative come to you. But sometimes we're not equipped with the tools to speak supportively to one another. So my goal is to support these families and help them learn how to change the conversation, help them learn how to be a part of the solution and not the problem. Because what did I tell you and what have I been saying? It takes a village to kick diabetes to the curb. Diabetes affects everybody in a home. And even if they're not in a home, it's your mom and she lives by herself, you're still worried and thinking about her at your home. It takes a village. So we need as many people as possible to get on board, to grab a loved one, and to let's walk over this threshold together. So the other reason why I decided to start this business is because there was one morning, my son was asleep. On Friday nights, they like to sleep on the couch because it makes them feel like, ooh, the weekend is really here. I'm not going to be in my regular routine. We spend so much time in routines. Any bit of change in a routine is a big deal for them. So he slept on the couch that night. And I remember walking into the kitchen. And as I was walking into the kitchen, he woke up. And he just started rolling around on the couch and he was grumbling. I'm like, I'm looking at him. What's wrong with this boy? Is he all right? Do I need to get the glucometer? What's going on? And he starts like kind of crying in his sleep before he could really wake up. And finally he woke up and he just stood up and he was like, I hate diabetes. I hate diabetes. Why did this have to happen to me? Why did I have to get this? And he just was crying and was half awake and was just having a moment. I'm standing there looking at him. Ooh, and in my insides, my heart was breaking because what can I do? What can I do for him? I was like, okay, well, you gotta stay calm. You gotta give him what he needs. So I stayed calm. I didn't cry. I didn't get nervous or whatever. I just was like, so I just let him talk and I rubbed his back and I let him talk and I let him say what he needed to say. And then he cried a little bit And I said, baby, what can mommy do? Do you need a hug? And he said, yes. So I gave him a hug, and we stood there in an embrace for a good few minutes. And finally, he let go of me. He turned around. He turned 3 flips and ran in the room to play with his sister. I'm telling you, I was baffled that day. He completely and totally amazed me, because I was, one, looking at his resilience, and looking at the fact that, sometimes diabetes is just hard. You don't need people telling you to get over it. It ain't that bad. At least you ain't got cancer. What the crap? Diabetes is what it is, and it's hard. It's not easy. And it's 24/7. It never stops. It doesn't just go away for most people. So to nurture him through that moment, and then when he goes to school and the kids want to be in his business, and don't you have to go to the nurse, and don't you need snacks? He gets all this flack. He comes home. I need to let him unload. Tell me about what's frustrating him, what's happening, with his diabetic type life. And we work through those things, those emotions. And after all the little baby sessions that I've had with him, dealing with his emotions and trying to keep him emotionally stable, and after that morning when he ran off and did those 3 flips, it made me think, man, are other diabetics feeling like this? Do they go through this? And if they do, who's supporting them like I'm supporting him? Give me some hearts. If you have people who are supporting you like I'm supporting him, even if this is on the replay, give me some hearts. Because a lot of people don't have that kind of support. They really don't. The more people I talk to and the more people I meet, they just don't have that kind of support. I think their families want to be supportive like this, but they're just not equipped. They don't have the tools. But it's okay, because I'm here now, and I'm going to teach everybody what we need to know to live. So that's the number one. That's like the final. That was the nail on the head that just said, you know what, I got to help some people. I got to be out here. Diabetics need a place they can go to unload, to talk about what's going on in their lives, to be able to relax, renew, and be re-engaged, to be motivated, encouraged, and inspired to keep pushing. Sometimes we need to cry. Sometimes I might need to be quiet and be in a funk, and you just leave me alone, because diabetes gets on my nerves. I don't need you to make it better, So, but after I go through those feelings, then we can be motivated and encouraged and get back out there, just like he did when he turned those 3 flips. So what I'm here wanting to do is help you learn how to turn it around, turn your flips, kick diabetes to the curb. And if you're interested in this, if you are tired of being confused, you're tired of not knowing what's going on, you're tired of kind of talking to your doctors, they give you instructions or give you confusing information and you shake your head and you just leave, knowing you don't understand what they meant. If you're tired of not knowing what to eat or what to change in the process you currently are using, then we need to talk. This is for real. This is life or death. I really don't like focusing on death because it's so gloom and doom and so heavy. But it's just the truth. It's just part of what we're dealing with. If we don't choose to make some changes, bad things will look on the horizon. So I don't want that for anybody. My mission is one less amputation, and that's what I'm seeking to do. So as a means of support for all of you and anybody you know who needs this help, I'm going to be doing a 5-day challenge next week. It's going to be totally free, and you need to register in order to participate. It's going to be hosted right here on my Facebook page, and you'll get an email to kind of tell you what's going on for the day. And we're going to jump into how to push through diabetes self-sabotage. Please leave me some comments, give me some hearts. Let me know if you've ever experienced yourself being a part of diabetes self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. What things are you doing that are keeping you from getting ahead in your diabetes management plan? That's what we want to talk about, because my process of dealing with my son, I had to go through a lot of phases, and I had to learn that even though I knew he had diabetes, in some ways I wasn't accepting that he had diabetes, and that was affecting my decision making, which was affecting him. So I went through 7 steps that helped me get my life right, and I want to share those 7 steps with you. But this week we're just going to be talking about diabetes self-sabotage. So it's going to be fun. You're going to learn some things. You're going to walk away with your tips for the whole week. You'll have a small plan for yourself on how to avoid those sabotage triggers and traps. And then on Thursday, we're going to wrap it up with the party. I'm going to be doing a deep dive masterclass where we're going to spend a little bit more time going deeper into what we truly need to do to lower our A1C, see diabetes success, and live. So if you're interested in living, if you're interested in winning, then I need you to go to back to the bio of this video at the top and sign up for my challenge. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And I'm going to be on here live at 8 p.m. every night, Monday through Thursday, Sunday through Thursday. It actually is going to start tomorrow. So I really hope I see you there. Invite your friends, because this is going to be a good educational opportunity, but a fun opportunity. And you're going to learn some things. And I think you're really going to benefit from it. So just before I go, just in case I have any new viewers here who've never met me, I'm Carmela Bell, the diabetes success coach and strategist with the Diabetic Type Life. I'm a #1 best-selling author of the book Push Through: 7 Steps to Help You Push Through Diabetes Overwhelm. I'm a mom of a son with type 1 diabetes. I'm also a marriage and family therapist associate. So I'm trained in how to help you achieve the goals you have in your life. And all I want for you is to live. So sign up for the free challenge, and I hope to see you in the group. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend this week with me and learn about why I'm motivated to kick diabetes to the curb. I really appreciate you. Please share this with your friends, leave comments, ask questions, and I definitely will make sure to come back to them. So for now, be well and test often. Have a great day.